Read the sign. Now we don't know how you seeing the sign at this moment, because it could be backwards to you. It look backwards to us. This is ain't that some shit? And what kind of shit is that? This is O and J. So this whole program, what we decided to start doing, we're kind of doing a pilot right now. We're just playing around. Ain't that some shit kind of came along because we had noticed so many incidents been happening in the community that we just don't understand why it's happening. So you kind of come out your mouth and ain't that some shit, or what kind of shit is that? Now, one thing about ain't that some shit is we're definitely not Dr. Phil. We are not Oprah. We are not here to solve any problems, but we are here to discuss any issues. We will talk about community activities that's going on, certain news that's happening, just general casual conversation. So once again, this ain't that some shit, and what kind of shit is it? We're gonna start off today basically talking about a couple of events that's going on in the community, so you could be aware. We're gonna make it quick because we don't want to spend all day on that. We really want to get to our topics. And we cut this music off as well. Okay. Now, I have a community calendar called Work Together for Peace.info. Actually, it's a website, and you can find many of these events that I'm talking about, activities on the website. Kind of just going to say the name of some of the things, and you go to the website and the calendar, and where you can find out more about the date, time, and locations of some of these events. The first couple of things are basically just scholarships and grants, like the Chicago Police and Fire Training. That's going on, and that will be happening until April the 30th. Actually, it's ending now, actually. Well, actually, ending on Thursday. And I think about it. You also have this grant out called Youth Leading Peace Grant application is out there. You'll find it on the calendar as well. And that's basically electing someone that's in a community dealing with peace, and they can get some type of grant award. You go to the calendar, you will read more about the details and the deadline in the application. Also on 75th, we have an exercise gym called 360 Mind, Body, and Soul. Right now, they're doing a marathon where they're trying to get people to compete, and they're going to deal with running and swimming. They go through a lot. 360 is one of the best. Yeah, it's like a whole big old thing that you get a group and they're going to compete against each other. So it's a good way to kind of lose weight and get in fit. So they call it a marathon, and I'm thinking the deadline date to that. I'm trying to see. I didn't mark it down on here, but I do believe it's up into like the middle of May. Also, Rainbow Beach is having a meeting on April the 27th. And that's the advisory meeting. So you have anything you want to say about Rainbow that you want to have something to do with or some issues, go to the advisory counselor there. They have a meeting every month. Now the Quarry, which is one of our nice little live event spaces on 75th Street, having a Monday night soul night at the Quarry, which basically just live music. He also has social network on Tuesday as well at the Quarry. Now it says anything we're missing here. Oh, ABJ, if you want to do free registration for your GED, go to ABJ. You will also find that. And they're actually doing that on April 29th. We run through some things really quick here. South Shore Chamber is dealing with the bank called BPNC Bank, Business Bank, and they call Business Bank 101. That's the class that they'll be doing there. And I'm going to go through real quick because I don't want to spend all day on that. Oh, May the 1st, Senior Citizens is having a health resource fair, which is kind of part of the Green Summit, which is a wonderful thing that the 10th Ward is actually doing. And it's Cinco de Mayo. So they'll be doing it. And these seniors have so many resources going on there. And they have live music, entertainment, dancing. I done been there. I went there a couple of years ago, Orlando, and I had the best time ever. So I like, why have I not been partying with these seniors more? That's for sure fact. And the Chicago State is actually having something also on May the 1st dealing with college scholarship funds. So find it again on the calendar. Live jazz also on Friday nights, the Mo Better Jazz at the Quarry. And I cannot forget our South Shore Farmer Market, which is also at the Quarry. And that's an indoor farmer market with wonderful fresh food. Is also organic. It's raised by Black farmers, should I say. So it's a great place to go and kind of get some fresh food. And I swear, the greens is probably about as big as your body. They have really huge greens and carrots and everything. It's a good investment. And you also can become a member there. So that's kind of give you a little idea of some events that's going on. There's a lot more things going on, a lot more things going on the calendar. The Work Together for Peace calendar actually changes. Good chance it changes every day because I get things through the email and I also collect things off Facebook and I add it to the calendar and I cover part of 5th, 7th, 8th, and 10th ward of the Southeast side. So it's all type of events that's happening and positive things in the community, and please go and support those things. Now, let's close up since I got Orlando with nice and patience today, Mr. O.
Yeah, she gonna talk y'all to that. So
yeah,
guarantee that it's a lot happening over here in Chicago. If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know, and you're gonna know more. You're gonna know some more stuff. And we're also gonna kind of run into some new things that me and Orlando have been discussing. A couple of things going on with the news that well, one of the things I want to hit first dealing news wise, even though I feel like I'm forgetting something, I just can't remember what it is, but it'll come to me later. Illinois Senate make progress in restoring the budget cut. Now, I know, Orlando, you probably didn't know they were cutting back off on ceasefire and a couple other social services that's going on in the community.
Illinois.
Illinois, yeah, because we got that new governor now.
Right.
Right, Yeah. And he's I don't know, should we kind of introduce him to come to Ain't That Some Shit so we can really stare at him and go, Ain't That Some Shit?
Now, who's the governor again?
That is Governor Ryan. I hope I'm saying his name right because, one thing about it, I would mess anybody's name up, including mine. And that would be Governor Ryan. And he, like I said, just got in there. He did a lot of budget cuts. And one of the big concerns was the social services, which we do know we need so strongly in the community with all the different things that's happening with people, mental health, or even dealing with safety of violence. Ceasefire is definitely one of the people that on the ground dealing with different.
You used to work with social services before too, right?
I was a case manager, which it definitely affects that too, dealing with foster care. And even then, before he made these cuts, a lot of things were being cut before he made the cut. Before he even became governor, it's so many things that have been cut back when it comes to occupational services, mental health, physical therapy. A lot of these kids or young adults need a lot of extra assistance.
Things that hold foundation.
There you go. And exactly, definitely that. So not having those things, and it was cut back then. Now he just became the governor. So we really ain't got, I don't even know what nobody's working with. I'm no longer there. So now I'm just thinking, I'm not sure we got any services to give any of the kids and the mothers and the fathers that are trying to get themselves together to get their kids back. Because I was actually, like I said, dealing with foster care and trying to make sure the kids return home back to their parents. But you want to make sure they return home back to a very safe environment, which is kind of hard to do when you got a lot of services that's being cut back or waiting list. So you have very long waiting lists. But let me get to the point of why I was also bringing this cut back up. I ran across this on Facebook. So many good things on Facebook. And Work Together for Peace does have a Facebook page. Ain't That Some Shit? We're going to create a page for that, which is going to be nice and fun. But Cook County Board meeting on April the 29th is actually a meeting where you can come down and discuss the social services at Cook County Board at 10 o'clock. There will be a public comment period in which you may provide testimony on how your organization and community have been impacted by these cuts. So I suggest that you try to get your way down there, and here go a telephone number that you can actually call and get more information from, which is 217-782-0591. And they also have a website, which is illinoispartners.org. So you can definitely go on there and get a little bit more information about the county board meeting where you can publicly discuss how these cuts have been affecting everyone. Okay, now the other thing we wanted to discuss real quickly is the Illinois move to ban red light cameras statewide.
To ban, right? As in demolish, as in taking away from our city streets and pretty much saving you all some money and, to pay on your insurance that's probably getting over on you too.
Yeah.
Your car notes is probably getting on you. Just one of the things we taking off the getting on you list. That's
exactly. Right, exactly.
That's
just one of the things. And even still, it's a fight. Because I'm looking at this, they haven't quite, what they say, it's a $2 million federal bribery investigation on this. Well, I don't know.
Investigation.
Well, they kind of believe that some of this stuff,
They feel it's needed.
They think that it causing more crashes as well. That it's not always safe.
Yeah.
Considering it's supposed to be up for safety. You can also find this on Facebook or also probably Google it as well. And again, it's the Illinois move to ban red light camera statewide. But let's go back to connecting that statewide ban. Our mayor, Motorcade, has been caught again on a red light camera driving, not just driving through the red light, he actually went the wrong way too. So he's driving through the red light, but also going the wrong way. You know what really gets me with this? I'm gonna say this is one of those statements that ain't that some shit. Don't this supposed to be about safety? But how do you run now a motorcade? Now a motorcade's got to be maybe good. I would think how many cars do you think they could be? You got the mayor. You did well. Hold on, the mayor probably got a car in front of him. Then you got the mayor. Then you probably got what 2 more cars probably following him. Well, I just named 4 cars, maybe. It could be 5.
2 more cars, plus his car. I mean, plus the car behind him.
Right.
Which probably got another car behind him. He ain't the president, though, but...
But hey, they say motorcade. I'm thinking he does sound like the president. I don't even remember. Good point. I don't even remember them mentioning when president come in town that he ever runs any red lights. Have any red lights, any cameras. That you got. But
and the thing is, what people fail to understand is that it's like some people are subtracted out of those lights, like the police. I done seen them run a light plenty of times. Matter of fact, I done ran a light with the police.
Right, tell them.
Well, no, I'm saying because I was so nervous when they lights had flickered on that I had looked over, and before I knew it, I was running the light with them.
Right.
So when I looked at flash, I said, well, the first thing I said, when am I going to get this ticket? Because, which I didn't end up getting.
Interesting, I'm surprised.
Right. So it's just to show you, though, like some of these things are really just to target certain neighborhoods, not to target really the person that's doing bad. Because just because he ran the light and I ran the light, that doesn't make nobody any different. His life is the same as being in consequential situations. So as I am.
Exactly, and you're right. I totally agree with you on that because if this is about safety, how is it that you feel that your black trucks, and now they also, I know good chance they black trucks. I think I've seen them on. Matter of fact, if I pull up my Facebook, I probably could run across those actual trucks so you can see them. But I think they're actually black trucks running through the red light and going a wrong way. It's like, where's the safety in this here? So it really, to me, proves that this red light thing is more so about money than safety. Now, and it's raining. My biggest fear, I'm just going on through that light because I'm afraid if I stop right then, somebody going to slide into my ass. And then what? Where my safety at now? I got whiplash. Looking great. So it's just crazy.
And they got the one with the little line when you can't pass the line, that white line you can't pass it.
Oh yeah, that's a red light.
And that's a red light too. That's really, they kind of work together if you ask me, because they just brought that out after they brought out the flash.
Right. Oh yeah, because that's the speed camera.
Right. First it was the speeding camera.
First is the red light.
First it was the red light. Then it was the little don't pass the white line, because they figured that most people are gonna pass it trying to stop. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So when you do stop, it got you on camera right there.
It got you on camera right there. So it's kind of crazy. But what come to the question when I was reading this article come to mind to me though? How did the other mayors travel? Was they really like? I mean, he's not like the only mayor in the world or something. I mean, like he's the first mayor that ever got in a car. What the other mayors was in some type of Jetson kind of thing? It was spaceship and all stuff. I mean, how is it that you never see them running stuff, but you always run across him running things? I'm just curious what was going on with them. So it's just something just to say. But again, ain't that some shit? And what kind of shit is that? Because is he gonna get a ticket? Matter of fact, all of them, it's like 4 or 5 cars.
And one thing they noticed how the lights was shortened. They say they shortened them yellow lights.
Did they?
Yeah, they supposed to have shortened the yellow lights like about a second or 2.
I'm so impressed. And now we have some other stuff here. I'll put it behind me. Now, Orlando had some that's actually kind of related to the Rikia Boyd, not guilty of all charges. The officer, I'm sure everybody is aware, due to the fact that the case the evidence didn't match up to the charges for where they was going. Even though you got a young lady that's dead, you know, that got shot, who didn't have any weapon on her at all. And a technicality, I guess you would call it, you know, which is kind of scary of someone deaf. That's a technicality. Now, what got me with this story, Orlando, is I'm reading through the family. If I could have read it wrongly, it could have happened. I'm not the perfect understander all the time. But the family still was able to sue. I think this happened in 2012, was it? And they did receive some type of money from the city, if I'm not mistaken. But I think it's funny to me too to hear that you receive money, but this guy gets off. It's like so crazy to me. It's like, what kind of shit is that?
They never get punished.
It's like, because it's like saying two things though. It's like, okay, something happened, God forbid, something happened to me by some city situation, whatever, and you go out and sue them. So you go out and sue them, but yet legally wise, when you want that person who hurt me gets off, but yet somehow the city pays still for what that person did. I don't get
cover up.
It's not necessarily though. Is that what I said? It really doesn't make kind of sense because it's like if they got money, you basically saying he was wrong. That's how I'm looking at it. But yet he gets off. So I can't understand that law. That law is a little very much confusing how that is.
That's like going to jail and saying, "Oh well, I paid my bond, but I don't think I should serve my time." You know,
yeah, right. But basically, no, you know, yeah, I'm out, but I still know I gotta go to court.
Right,
go to court, and
I gotta serve time.
I still gotta serve time, even though I don't even go into how crazy still that is. If we're gonna talk about court, because traffic court, we may get to that on another section. Because that's how traffic court is so stupid. They take your money and still want to put you on probation and every other traffic court. But anyhow, so yeah, that was one thing that was kind of confusing to me about that law. That okay, yeah, that he managed to get away with killing this young lady, and because he randomly shot into a crowd, and she got hit, and her boyfriend. Well, I guess something did occur to make him shoot, but still was a crowd.
Right.
You know, right.
So,
it still was a crowd. And her boyfriend, I believe, got shot too. But he survived. But she died. So, which is kind of, well, it's not related to the incident, to the story you found, but.
Well, it more so is, it's just due to the fact that it wasn't a policeman.
Right, that's what it did. And the reason why I was going to say why the story, I'm getting the wrong story kind of. Another story that I ran across on Facebook dealing with unarmed black women was shot by police. So why aren't we marching for them? And it was naming so many other women that actually have been shot by policemen. That is saying, I didn't recognize till I read this article with this title on it, which is actually, I'm trying to think, was it particularly a certain magazine, but you got a great bit, even named young women, like little girls that got shot. And it's like nobody's seen, you know, all the males, you know, it's been something that happened to the black males, you know, it's been some big marches on that. But it's almost like they've forgotten about the other black, which is the female, you know, and not the other minorities not getting shot.
I guess some people would be surprised to see that somebody with targets, not saying that women aren't as powerful as men, but with target somebody that says, you know, just been pretty much giving God's gift to the world, if you believe in God. But at the same time, guys have been being targeted for the longest. So it's just like I said, it's almost like a cover, like to keep you busy and distracted. But that's what we're here for, to let people know that it is happening to our black women too.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and that's, I thought, was a really good article on that. But Orlando found something you wanted to kind of talk about. So, young lady, is.
Well, I was on Facebook yesterday, and I was going down my little Facebook timeline, and what I had noticed was one of my friends was very disappointed in the incident that had happened, to the point where, you know, I guess he was emotional and he was crying or whatever. You know, which is, I guess, is okay to do sometimes, but you know, when it's close to you, it can happen. So, come to find out that this is even closer than I thought, because this is one of my Facebook friends too. Her name was Nicole Marie Towns, and she was shot at a house party on the south side. Typical house party, people sitting there having fun. You know, somebody say, hey, you know, like maybe, you know, you ever had a drunk guy that's in the party and you just be like, we don't, you know, you may be too drunk, Craig, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no job. You probably need to go home and go fill out some apps. You know what I'm saying? You just go down the other path. We trying to stir you right. This guy didn't want to listen, and he just happened to have a gun when they was telling him. And that's my big thing is people don't let this gun just make you feel like you're powerful, because the gun is not going to help your decisions being made. It's just going to actually take another life. So, and right now, it took an innocent life. So, like I said, it's no decisions being made. It was really no purpose. It's like I said, it was one she ended up dying, rest in peace, and two was injured. One was severely injured. The other one got out the same day. But it's just to show that how a typical house party can go to emergency room.
Death.
Or death.
Yeah, or death. And interesting you brought about the gun thing. I went to one of the state's attorney, which is, like I said, is that King Drive, the state's attorney, 80 something. I believe it was King Drive, which is a Kathy Bankhead. They had a workshop basically related to dealing with guns and gun carrying and everything. And people need to recognize this, even though you may have the right to carry, first of all, you need to go and get, I think it's that COD or something card. You need to get your card, you need to get all your stuff. But don't think that because when you shoot somebody, you're not going to serve time. You got the gun. It's so many laws be still behind that. So many policies behind that. Even just carrying a gun on you, which has, to me, probably made a lot of the officers very more, maybe not as patient either. It's like, even though I got to say, I got pulled over there, the officer was really, I talked myself up through the whole thing. I had to reach over to get my insurance. Is that okay? I got to open the glove department up.
Imagine if you reaching for a gun, though. It's got to be even more dressed. Like, okay, like I have my license, but I'm reaching for my license. Now I'm reaching for this gun. It's not loaded. It's not loaded.
Right. I don't think you can actually say that part, but I'm just trying to make sure he understands. I'm not making I'm not making any drastic moves with this. But my point is definitely know the laws when it comes to these guns. And understand, because you got a lot of young men that's sitting thinking like years. They find you with just a gun on you. And you're not registered, you're not following the policy or having the right cars or what you need to have on you. You will spend years in jail for just having that gun. So please, young men and women, because I can't forget the females, and we always focus on African male. Well, just males, period, because we have our browns too, Latinos, and they go through some things as well. So make sure you know what these laws are, and I will be placing them up on the website too, so people be aware of where to go and find these laws dealing with being a car carrier and what will happen to you if that gun is sitting in your car.
Because I hate to say it though, don't be the statistic that goes to jail and then gets into the law. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying by then it may be for some too late. If anything, educate the young man, because I hear it's like a lot of bad drifts that come in and out, and it's a lot of stuff that happens that probably shouldn't happen in jail. But to people that have a family member in jail or such and such, I just say pass it down as if you're in there and you are learning something, make sure you educate the next person. Don't ever not to get in there and to educate him on why he's in there and how he should get out, or maybe if he's able to get out. Maybe you can help him with this case. Maybe you can help him beat this case. There's people that's been in jail for 74 years and was innocent.
Yeah, that too. You got a lot of that going on.
So
just kind of just to put things together, like I said, with the gun stuff, young people getting shot, and how policemen are or officers. Naturally, they want to go home safe too. So with these things that's happening out here, it does make everybody kind of nervous. Sometimes I'm sitting in the car. I think today, we went to an event today, which we're gonna talk about real quick. We sitting in the car waiting on for the people to meet us there, and people walking by the car so close. They're like on the car. I'm like, you're really too close to me, and your hands in your pocket. I'm feeling nervous. I'm feeling really nervous. I don't know, I'm just feeling nervous. So we live in that kind of world. But so I guess that kind of cuts some of that off. Definitely, like I said, rest in peace. We are losing so many great people, young youth out here. And I'm so happy that me and Orlando actually, and my name is Toya too, so y'all be like, why she keep saying that, man? And he gonna call me mama. That's how that's gonna go. But so, having him here and plus to talk a little bit more, understanding youth more, young adults, so we could get to figure out what we need to do to make things a lot better for everybody in the community. Now, next time we come on, we will have a telephone number. Because another thing about Ain't That Some Shit and What Kind of Shit is that we do want people to call in. Today is just basically us testing and getting more comfortable being in front of camera and what we want to talk about, setting up because we are in our home, making it relaxing and stuff like that. And we eventually will have a number. We have placed the number up so that way you can call and give us some of your input from the article or just things that's happening in your community or events you want people to know about. Right now we're doing it in the house, but at some point we want to get to the level where we actually traveling through the community of the Southeast side where we can promote some of our great organizations, some of the great restaurants, some of the stores, just period. Anything that, because we have a lot of great things on that side. And I'm always going to give shout outs to my community.
Oh yeah, shout out to Damon and Derek.
Oh yeah, thank you so much, Derek, for he has, and we are part of the drive-by art, which is them taking young people, actually it's older artists too, but really dealing with youth, making drawings and they putting them on abandoned buildings, a certain location to decorate it.
So if you're interested in art and you want to help out with this, pretty much just just trying to take out just trying to bring a positive light to the streets. Because like he brought to me, tatted this gray and white. When you just go down the street, you see an abandoned building. Like if you got some type of building you actually trying to sell, you want to bring attention to it. Maybe we can help you. Maybe we know ways that you didn't think of. And actually we're not looking for too much. We're not looking for nothing. We're pretty much we really just trying to all just help the city out and just do the best we can for our city.
True. And you know what else I thought was so cool about that too? It said he also, it wasn't just artwork, it's also empowering words. Like it's artwork with words on it as well. Like what were some of the things that stood out? Power was something.
Common sense.
Common sense was Common sense was.
What does it take?
Yeah, what does it take? And what else he had on there? Oh, being beautiful, something about your look, be yourself. It had a lot of
don't be afraid to love. Some phrases that was decent.
Exactly. So think you walking down this abandoned section of the street in which it was and this is actually, so make sure we tell the location. This is on 79th and that's Exchange.
Yeah.
Where you will see the old currency exchange, and also abandoned building next to that. And but you can see the whole wall is done in beautiful decoration. And I'm gonna put it on the website soon and Facebook soon so you can see it. But it's definitely drive-by art, and it's have these positive things that we definitely need to see. Because across the street from that area, you actually have a liquor store.
It's kind of busy.
It's pretty busy over there. So. I don't know what else is on it, but yeah, kind of busy over there. So it's something. But we did have a lot of cars that drove by.
A lot of people stopped by, motivated us, and told us how good it was because of the area. You share a picture.
I did have a what happened to the little forward thing? I just get rid of it. Oh, here you go. Matter of fact, because he did the kickoff party Friday. He was at work. So he did the kickoff party Friday, and this is kind of ideal, just a sample of some of the things. And this is saying forward on it, but they got big pictures, all kind. And what's going to happen, we're going to get to this point we can be able to use a projector. Because we got a lot of good pictures we would love for you to see, and we're going to find a way we're going to project them on the wall. That way you viewers can actually see it as well on them. But once we get them on Facebook, which is the website, which you'll actually find called Work Together for Peace. Is that showing on there for you? There you go. That's worktogetherforpeace.info. And it has the Facebook page as well, which you'll find at the bottom of the website. You can click on. And you will also see some of those pictures. And again, that's dealing with Derek and Luce, because they actually work together. That's Coco Moco. They actually design clothes, but they also come to the community, which they live in South Chicago area. And they get the youth together to do things to promote positive things that's going on in the community. That's action, though. I love it. That's action. They're actually doing something. It makes a difference. So that's great. Like I said, we covered everything. Oh, so Orlando, let's get a couple of things. So let's talk about our favorite topic. Comedy show. We have a comedy show we want to discuss before we get off Why?
I wouldn't call it comedy. Is it comedy?
I would. The claim is not. It's a reality show, but it's like a comedy show. I consider. Do you remember it? You know the show I'm talking about.
It's my Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop. Yes. We don't know if you watched it or not, but if you want to see something funny, I suggest you do. It's very funny, and it comes on, I think, on Tuesday night.
I'm not sure what they though.
I think it's a Tuesday. No, I'm sorry, correction, Monday night. Because I end up watching because actually nothing really else on Monday, and that's how I end up looking at it if I'm like just want something to do. But mostly just something to laugh at because I found it funny. So one day, me and Orlando is going to, I don't know, we're in the car traveling along, and we decided to discuss this. And I'm trying to see what I did with some of the voices to refresh his memory of some of the things. Okay, what's that conversation about that day?
Oh, that was about Jocelyn.
Yeah.
That was about Jocelyn. What's his name? Stevie J had caught her. Well, I'm not gonna say caught her, but he had got word from his brothers or his friends that pretty much Jocelyn was cheating on her with other men and probably getting paid for it. And he found out through her driver. Her driver ended up coming and confessing, and we're not sure about the he say she say words, but when he did confront her, which I think he shouldn't have did. I don't think any man would have honestly confronted a liar that they thought was a liar to see if they was lying.
Well, he's special himself. Stevie J is not wrapped like tight, and then he's a liar. Right. So I guess he has no problem asking her anything.
Well, what they say, what she said, they was on Jamie Foxx on the Ray Charles movie Jamie Foxx played in. The Ray Charles' mother that was playing Ray Charles' mother on the movie would say, scratch a lot, find a thief.
You remember that? Yeah. Much as I watched that bitch, I can't believe I don't even remember.
Scratch a lot, find a thief. Right. And I would say Stevie definitely, but it wasn't even Stevie. It was more so of his friend, Benzino. Benzino, you know what I'm saying? And then when it came down to it, when he confronted her, when Stevie had confronted her off of what he had got word from Benzino, she denied it. Mm-hmm, she denied it. And first thing she would start saying was things about money and product and items and stuff. And that, to me, that kind of sound like on a thieving situation, because at the end of the day, you're not in your house. You know what I'm saying? You're married with your husband, but you're talking about what you own. And
I guess they married. I'm still not even sure if they really married.
They was married. I mean, and I don't even think it should be legal to fake a marriage on TV, on a reality show. But I guess everybody got to get paid.
Reality show. Right. So, they claim it's a reality show. I know why I call it a comedy show, because it's hilarious to me. But the thing that you said that got me was the thing about the name. You can say she don't own nothing. You don't even know if you're talking to her. Is you still talking to her for stripper name or something like that? Right. I thought about it. I said, she probably ain't her real name. Oh yeah, you said she was telling the truth, but the truth.
Yeah, she was just pretty much just denying everything. I mean, right. And Stevie J is her producer, so. Now I know this is gonna go national wide. Pause that for me. So I know it's gonna go national wide. Pretty soon people gonna be saying he said, she said. Then it's gonna buzz her ear. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day,
reality show,
but on some being real, and we ain't trying to be like we say. We ain't no Dr. Phil's. We just gonna
just having a good time.
We just having a good time. We just gonna say how we feel. And what we think is happening.
Exactly. And it was hilarious to me. And I swear the whole time watching the show, I'm incredible. So we may do like little skits on them from time to time just because it's just funny. It's funny how people, these reality shows, they take so real. Like the one show I'm glad they took off reality show was The Preacher's Daughter.
Oh yeah, I didn't get to that. I didn't.
Thank you for taking it off, because what they was doing that people don't already know preachers' daughters probably doing anyway. I mean, I'm like,
what normal people do.
Like, like they the daughters. I mean, I think it just made it. I can't. It was like looking at the Bad Girls Club.
It's man boggling. It really ain't. And the thing is, the title to me is what get it all. Is like certain things like that, like shouldn't be titled preacher's daughters. It should be titled the ex's preacher's daughters. Because I really that's very disturbing if that was my preacher, and you know, somewhere in there the preacher should have been popping up, taking his daughter off the show in the church.
Some cases they did come in there, or sometimes they talk on the phone. Yeah, right. Period. I might just take off.
Cut the whole show. Just throw a little flag up with her name on it.
Yeah, like block her face.
And there she goes.
Like, this girl is gone.
You really want to get technical.
I know it was something that I'm like, okay, like religion already have issues that we like.
Right, that we already.
Yeah, like, oh my God, that was so. That's actually one reality show. I'm honestly could say I'm glad. Thank you that your season is, and please don't come back. That's that I want to say. Now let's say, have we hit everything, Orlando, for today for our trial? Like I said, we are definitely, hopefully if people like it, and we'll have a phone moment, we can have interaction conversations. Just won't be me and Orlando talking, because we want to just hear us all day long.
And if you all have some ideas of different video chats that we can use to talk to you all, that'll be great too. We are open. So yeah, just to keep our ass open, that would be nice.
Correct. So like I said, definitely let us know, because this just don't work together for peace. Actually, YouTube. So you will actually see the internet link. So definitely it has an email address as well. So if you have some things, like I said, some events you want to even email, and that way we can have these events set up and ready on the calendar, and also present them live on YouTube that we're doing now. And we're actually using Google right now, so you can know. Should we come next time we come along? We are going to talk a little bit more about jobs too. I want to definitely start listening up so you can know about any job alerts that we hear. The website does cover that as well. And again, soon we'll be trying to get Ain't That Some Shit Facebook up. So a lot of that stuff we got to be passing on to that too, like job information. But it's really definitely made for us to talk on. I don't want to make it complicated. This is one of the things I'm learning to use. Keep it simple, keep it real simple. And that's how we want to do it. We want to be relaxed. Again, that's why we have to let you know we're not Dr. Phil or Oprah or any of those things. If we find a resolution in our conversation, that's great. But it's really just to release those moments when you're saying, ain't that some shit? So just a little weird stuff. We want to leave you with something spiritually good, I want to say, actually. I was looking at Joel this morning. Lord, this Joel, I don't care what they say about the guy being a happy person. People complain about you being happy. What kind of shit is that? He's too happy. I was like, well, hey, give me some happy. Give me some happy. But he was talking about having positive thought, watering positive seeds in your life. We definitely want to leave you with that. Water positive seeds in your life. Make sure you get rid of those stronghold of negativity. Make sure you understand that you are beautiful, you're wonderful, you're strong, you live in a good neighborhood. Water those seeds and be there and be productive. Anything you want to add to that?
I just want to have a moment of silence for Nicole Marie Town. So. And you will be very much respected in all of our eyes, good or bad. I really didn't get a chance to really know you, but I know to some that did, they said she was getting on your stuff, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we all, because I don't really like to bring up the past too much sometimes, but just to let everybody know, it seemed like all the people that's actually trying to get hitched on, get hitched out. And I know they said good die young, but we really tired of seeing people die, period. Good or bad, even if you're bad, we're trying to change your life to get on the right track. That's a lot of people that's doing bad that's get turned over to good, and it could be vice versa, but we're trying to change the numbers to a very positive high rate. So that's why we work together for peace.
Ain't that some shit? What kind of shit is that? We are out, and hopefully you enjoyed this presentation. It will get better. Like I said, eventually we'll have the phone calls coming in, and we're going to start having guests. Even when we go to locations, we're going to have some of the people from the community to come and talk. Whether it be coming from entertainment, whether it be coming from business format, whatever it can be. Because although it ain't that some shit, we still want to get some information. So you can enhance your life. You have a good one. Take care.